All right. It's the ring of fire. It's a huge sign. See, they think the ring of fire is the earth. No, it's up. That's a huge sign, guys. Those are two moons. Okay, let's show a picture of yesterday. My friend Mark took this picture. See that red hue? That was in my dream. In my dream, my house was destroyed. The front half was gone. All the computers and the electrical and the outlets and everything were gone. And told me to go look out the side door. I looked out the side door. I saw that red hue, deploying red hue everywhere. Balls of red hue. And I saw what they call Jesus up in the air over in the corner saying to me, turn around. So I turned around and I saw this red haze. Something was manifesting. I cast it out. That same red haze. So, anyways, that dream came to fruition for sure. All right, I'll tell Cormac come on and we'll get going. So there's a guy. They're starting to teach similar to what this is, but you got to be careful because there's Christendom. It's very close to what we're teaching. Once again, it teaches what we are, but the body. See, they want everybody focusing on the physical body because people don't realize it's an idol. Obviously, because they're idolizing Jesus, the name of Jesus. Give these people idols, and they'll idol it, even when they're told it's an idol. Not to idol it, worship it, right? They worship Jesus, the name. Not good. Not good. So I listened to a guy last night. He's very, very close. Okay, so very, very close. All right, we're going to get going. So now, you peoples and nations, you are guilty, because you've always been trodden down the earth and used the creation unrighteously. For I've always benefited you, and you have always been ungrateful for the beneficence. And I answered and I said, Lo, you have shown me the method of the times. So no matter what time his people are in, they will see the method of it. They're getting, no one will know the day or hour, no angel know this or that, but we're God. Our Godhead will know. We're not God. The problem is people are going around saying we are the creator. You never say you're the creator. Even if we were, you have to have something to worship. So you can't worship yourself. If you're going around telling people you're the creator, you're a false doctor. You have to make sure you're telling them that our spirit is the creator. We can't create nothing. All we're doing down here is getting light back. Everything else has been predestinated. So that's where they're teaching it wrong. It's a little slip, but that little slip could cost souls. I would watch when you're watching people teach stuff like this. It's very easy to sidetrack them when they don't understand. You see? That's why I have to go into detail to make sure you understand if you're new. I have to take my time, and that which shall after these things, and you shall have said unto me that I've never heard it this way. Retribulation. Not the first tribulation, which has been spoken of by you, shall come upon the nations. He's speaking it now. It happened once before. And now I know those who have sinned are many, and they have lived in poverty and departed from the world. But the few nations will be left in those times, to whom those words shall he said, which you did say, for what advantage is there in this, or what evil worse than what we have seen befall us are we to expect to see? But again, I will speak to you in your presence. What have you profited who had knowledge before you, and have not walked in vanity as the rest of the nations, and have said to the dead, give us life? Jesus. There's so much that talks about that. There's so much, and they seem not to see it. Who are they talking to about? Jesus, the name Jesus. And you've not said to the dead, give us life. Yeah, he's the way, he's the truth, and he's the life, and the only way, the truth, and the life. If that was the case, nobody would be there. Once again, showing not to worship Jesus. It does that all over the place in every book, and yet they tell you to worship him. Why? It's the same with this guy here. He's saying reincarnation. That's where I shut him off. It's not reincarnation, it's incarnation. You see, everything he taught was right, and then he opened his mouth and said reincarnation. I said, well, you're close. Same with my cousin. She's close too, but she names the creator, and you can't name the creator ever. You can't even utter his name. I've been warning her for a week. She doesn't listen. She thinks she's the creator. You see, I know we're partial creator, but not while we're down here. We're doing nothing but being humble. That's not being humble. By telling people you're the creator. If you're telling them you're part of the creator and explaining to them about that they're Jesus, creator, the Father and the Son and the Mother and all this other stuff, you have to explain it. You can't just go running around saying you're creator. You are partial creator, but right now you have almost a zero power. It's to just be some humility, learn, teach, and love. That's the main properties. That's the main goal to success. And first of all, worship the creator. No one can say who the creator really is. There's not a lot about him. Whether we are that or not, that doesn't matter. We need to worship the creator. You have to worship something. So to go and say you're creator, then you're saying you're greater than everything that's alive. Now, we have some of it in us, but this power in the body does not have the creation power. But it's helping the creation, your soul. And who have sinned are many. Okay. So, but again, I will speak in your presence. What have you profited? Who had knowledge before you and walked in vanity as the rest of the nations and have sinned? He's talking about you. And have not said to the dead, give us life. They sin. You sin when you say Jesus is giving you life. That's what that's telling you. You sin when you say follow Jesus, because he's no more, guys. We were him. And they go and keep saying, oh, we prayed and the storm didn't come here. You didn't see? You didn't stop the storm. These guys are praying and saying, we stopped the storm with prayer. This is what he's talking about in the end. He gives them a chance to glorify them by what he's doing, and they're going to blame it all on the world. They're doing the fires. They're doing everything. It's the gods that are doing it. And they're giving all the credit to man, once again. So no, you have carried off on their account, have you had mercy on Zion. And if the others did evil, it was due to Zion, that on the account of the works of those. There it is again. It's because of Zion, sin is here, the false church. It's because of their works, which is false works, who wrought good works, she should be forgiven and should not be overwhelmed on the account of the works of those who wrought unrighteousness. I was waiting for this. I have to mark it. This is, I was just talking about it, and there it is again. Anyway. I have to mark that because that is very important. That's what I've been teaching. I knew that before. I even heard it. That's the second time I saw it. Now it's confirmed. He's always I don't know how I could ever go, see, when you listen to someone and they change the word even a little bit, it'll cause you to even think over that one thing changed. Last night, he has charisma written on there. I thought it was Christendom, and I was going like, oh, no. You see what I mean? I doubted myself. Sometimes we do that. So, and if the others did evil and it was due to the count of Zion, which is that on the account of the works of those who wrought good works should be forgiven. See, that's what it's all about. And if others did evil, it was due to Zion on the account of the works. Okay, I had to make sure that was right. I have to get a pen. Once again, even when sometimes I teach it and I know it and I haven't seen it. This time I only saw it once. Now I've saw it twice. So it's been. So what that means is now it's confirmed and it's a for sure. I already knew it was. So once again, and that also adds to. So he just showed up. So and if others did evil, it was due to Zion on the counts of the works. And also, and if we do good, she, it says again, that's your Holy Spirit. That's Jesus, she. What? The she is the he, she. Remember? You're a he, she. Down here, you're an evil he, she. Up in the middle, you're an evil he, she. Up at the top, you're just a son of the Creator. See, people are listening to my teachings, taking it and putting it into other words right now from TikTok. They're coming on here. There's people sent in here to take the truth and bend it. And they're paid to do that today. They're sitting in their homes and they're paid to come up against us. And they're watching us. Each channel has someone on there, except for the fake teachers. They don't get bothered. They don't lag out. They don't get their headset shut off. They don't have the problems that I have, okay? All right, let's keep going. and should not be overwhelmed on the account of the works. So, what does it say? Spiritual works. The spiritual works you're doing doesn't matter anything else. That's all an illusion. Just keep on looking up and keep your hands on the plow is what that means. Don't take them off. On the account of the works of those who wrought unrighteousness. But those, O Lord, my Lord. How come they don't get that? How come I never got that? Is that saying your Lord? It's saying your spirit will comprehend your judgment, or who will search out the profoundness of your way, or who will think out of the weight of your path, or who will be able to think out your incomprehensible counsel. Your angel, your Jesus, it's your guide, it's your star, it's your angel, it's your Jesus, yours. It tells you right there, your, my. It's not saying theirs. It's plural. It's singular. Thank God. It's all over these books, guys. Once again, told you you're Jesus. That's hundreds of times now. I guess you couldn't gainsay against that. And should not be overwhelmed on the account of the works of those who wrought unrighteousness, but the Lord, oh my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Nobody else's Lord. Comprehend your judgment, oh wherever you search the profoundness. So, who will think out the weight of your path? Who will be able to think out your incomprehensible counsel? You got people calling themselves creator. And the Crichton is his name, my cousin said. Crichton? You're going to be crying if you keep that name in your head. Where'd that one come from? Crichton creator. That's it. Simple. Someone made it up. Incomprehensible counsel. And of who are those that are born was ever found in the beginning or end of your wisdom? You see that? Another very important one. At the beginning started your wisdom. Or who of those that are born has ever found the beginning or end of your wisdom? So if you've been here from the beginning to the end and you're God's child, you'd have found your wisdom. There you go. You live in 3 different lives, 3 different times, 3 different places. Layers of time on top of time. And there's your ex. So once again, there's 2 confirmations. Or who of those that are born has ever found the beginning or end of your wisdom? You will be here in the beginning. You will be here in the end. You started in the beginning collecting wisdom. You didn't finish in this body. You came back in another one. 3 times. We came down 3 times. Strike 3 and you're out. 3 is a huge number. That's how you bind. If you've been here at the beginning, you started your wisdom. See, demons, we were here first, is what it says. I don't quite understand that. The word was here first. So, I do believe that would be a Troth, which was Troth and Seth. His angel was Seth, Troth. And Shem was his name. Shem came from him. from trough. See, anyways, it shows trough and Seth, evil, good angel. Out of them, somehow, some way, we were formed. Okay. Now, creation isn't Genesis. Genesis is for when you started your creation, when your creation was started. So, really, to go back to the Emerald Tablets, that's all we have. That's the deepest in any word written in book right now. And it was written on a tablet. On the account of the works of that wrought unrighteousness, but those, O Lord, my Lord, once again saying, my Lord, will comprehend your judgment. Once again, pointing it to you, yours, not everybody else's. So your Lord gives you judgment. Nobody else's Lord does. That makes it singular. Nobody else's Lord has the right to do anything to anybody else, just like on the earth. We don't have the right to hurt other people, even though if they hurt you. We have all been made like a breath, for as a breath ascends, involuntary, and again dies. So it's nature of men who departs not according to their own will. No, you don't have a will. Free will is a false doctrine. And know what you befall them in the end. For the righteous justly hope for the end, and without fear depart from this habitation, because they have with you a store of works. You see, your store of works. You may die, but it doesn't. Then you'll come back if you haven't had that storehouse full. Just told you that. Because they have you a store of works preserved in treasuries, adding my treasures in heaven. On this account, also those without fear leave this world, and trusting with joy. That's what I prepare. That's what this channel is preparing people for. You couldn't get me more joy. Death gives me joy. I am not a fear of it. Come on. My pen's messing up. Why would you fear life? Why would you fear death? I welcome death. I'm sorry, but I welcome it. Hold on. Only those who fear death don't know where they're going. Okay, if you know where you're going, you would have no fear of it. You're not going to feel it. And if you do, you're not going to feel it after. You're going to feel so much joy. They hope to receive the world which you have promised them. But as for us, woe to it. See, they wish to have the world, that 1,000-year reign. Is what's talking about, the false doctrine of that. They think that they have a 1,000-year reign after. They want to receive the world, and trusting with joy and hope receive the world which you have promised them. But as for us, woe to us also, are now shamefully entreated, and at the time look forward only to the evils. But you know accurately what you have done by means of your servants, for you are not able to understand that which is good, as you You are our creator. You see that? And it doesn't actually mean creating. I do believe he's talking about your servants, for we are not able to understand that which is good as you. He's talking about our creator. But again, I will speak in your presence, O Lord, my Lord. See, we are part creator, but I'll tell you what it means. It's a metaphor. Everything's been created before. All you're doing is jump starting it. See, this is the difference between me, us, and them. They say they're creator. I say no. I don't go that deep. Even if I knew, I don't go that deep. You're not allowed to utter it. Even if you knew his name, you're not allowed to utter it. It's not a name. You're not going to know it. It's not a name to be uttered. It'll take you weeks to utter it. It's all of our names in him. Not, you can't name it. You can't even name yourself, let alone the creator. One thing that we don't know is if the one creator is all of us. And you'll never know that. And you don't need to. When there was no world with its inhabitants, you did devise and speak with the word, and forthwith the works of creation stood before you. See, your works are creating your soul. That's the only thing you're creating by your works. So you are creating something, but it's only for you. You can't create other people's souls. You didn't give birth to them in the heaven of heavens. You didn't think of them and create them. So, and you did say that you would make your world man as administrator of your works. Man gives the works out. People say don't listen to man. Well, then where are you going to get your truth from? Some people, there's only so many made to be a shepherd of this stuff. It's very hard to teach. You have to have very many books. See, they're not going to make it because they're not going to have enough light. They're too late now. That light is the door for gaining light for them is shut when Jacob's star came. Now, for their false doctrine and these works, finally they're going to pay for their works now, their false doctrine, so that it might be known that he was by no means made on the account of the world. You weren't made on the account of the world. The world was made on the account of you. So you could create the world on the account of him, just what I said. And now I see that as for the world, which was made on the account of us, like I said, it abides. But we, on the account of whom it was made, depart, because it's not ours. We're the intruder alert for them. And the Lord, they don't want us here on the earth. They want to sin themselves, and they don't want us here. And the Lord answered and said to me, you are rightly astonished regarding the departure of man, but you have not judged well regarding the evils which was before those who sinned. See, because they tell them not to judge. Here's another one fixing the church right here in the apocrypha. Why do you think they took it out? It gives the keys. You need to judge them on the earth with the word. Minister them, judges. Ministering to them, judges them with the word. As regards what you have said, the righteous are carried off, and the impious are prospered. As regards to what you have said, man knows not your judgment on the account here, and I will speak to you. and hearken, and I will cause you to hear my words. Man would not rightly have understood my judgment unless he had accepted the law. Accepted. Did it say do it all? No, I accept the laws. Oh, I understand why they're there. Because it creates love, which just conquers all. And I had instructed him in understanding. That's your Holy Spirit. But now because he transgressed willingly, yea, just on this ground, that he knows about it, he shall be tormented. This is what happens to us when we sin. We go through some torments. When you get to where I'm at, and if you sin, you just go shrivel it off. After years of crying and bawling over it, and literally thinking I was going into hell, I've been set free from that. Sin is made to happen. It's predestinated. You can't stop it. Your angel's going to make you do it sometimes. Why? Because it has to be seen. You have to have the understanding of it. You're strong, man. You'll never get the understanding of it. Why? I've come this far. Why can't I just beat this one? I've got one left to go. It's not your time. You need to teach. So when the Lord out. Okay, I already did that. Oh yeah, she'll be torn me. As regards what you did say, touching the righteous, that on account of them has this world come. Don't touch them. Means say anything to them or beat them up. So also again that shall which is to come on their account, not yours. For this world is to them a strife and a labor and much trouble. That accordingly which is to come a crown with great glory. And there's your, what does it say, great glory? That's your glorified body. That's your crown. It's not a crown that goes on your head. It's your glorified body. It's the biggest gift you get of all. Your workhorse, your angel, your glorified body, your virgin. So when I answered and I said, oh Lord, my Lord, it makes you know. I mean, how did I miss that? How do they miss that? Oh Lord, there's the O. There's the Godhead. My Lord would add you into it. And the Godhead. There's the three in the one little thing. Oh Lord, my Lord. There's three in there. Because it's him talking. And there's the O. And there's the Lord. The O is the Godhead. Sitting there beside you without a face on it. That's why it's there. Telling you, no face. Who is able in his little time to acquire that which he's measureless. See, even little things like that one. When you hear glory, the only thing that glorifies that glory to us is when we go to the right hand of the Father fully. And we go to the glory. That's the glorified body. If you add fied on it, two words make one. And the Lord, it was sort of, and the Lord answered and he said unto me, with the most high account is not taken on the time, nor of a few years. For what did it profit Adam that he lived 930 years and transgressed which he commanded? That is us. 1,000 years. All man. Now, why is it short? I come quickly, or there'll be no flesh alive. What happens? You get too uncorrupted to be here. And that's where I'm at. Whereas in everything you look at is corrupting you. Now, you have to get out of here soon. when you become a cherubim. You only have so much time before the effects start wearing off and you start going back. Remember, when you get up top, your oils are almost burnt. They're gone. So, I mean, you're much stronger, but you can't live anymore because it's just everything around you is just against your beliefs. The whole world is. You've left it. Therefore, the multitude of time that have lived not profit him, but brought death, and cut off the ears of those who were born from him. Wherein did Moses suffer loss, in that he lived only 120 years, and insomuch he subject to him who formed him, brought the law to the seed of Jacob, and lighted a lamp for the nation of Israel. So there you go. So Moses had a seed brought to him. It was his own seed. When the guy came to him, he planted the seed in him. But that seed was actually his own seed. He just created it. What they call created it. But it's not created it. Activated it. It tells you that in another book. Therefore, you're not taking creation, saying I'm creator. That there is absolutely the worst thing to say. Because you're not fully the creator. You have some of them in you. But down here, you're to be humble. You're not creating nothing. That it's your spirit doing all the work. You're reading, learning, and listening. That's all that we require. And praying and loving. That's not all, but. Okay, so when I answered and I said, he that lightened has taken from the light. Now it's telling you. You accepted it. Now it's lit in your lamp. You took the spark. And there but a few have immuted him. But those many who have lightened have taken from the darkness of Adam. And there you go. You have to take from the light and the dark. He has the keys. Satan has the keys to hell. We have the keys to life. He has the keys to death. That's where we live. You have to get the keys back. So there you go. And from the darkness of Adam, and have not rejoiced in the light of the lamp. And he answered, and he said unto me, wherefore at the time he appointed for them a covenant, and said, the covenant was made before the earth was created. The New Testament, it should never say New Testament. Nothing new under the sun. Behold, everything in the New Testament I can find in the Old. Behold, I have placed before life and death, and called heaven and earth to witness against them. There's the two witnesses. Heaven and earth. Not Enoch. See, they've been teaching that wrong too. It wasn't made to teach until this time. For he knew that at this time was but short, but the heaven and the earth endure always. That's you. They're not the heaven and earth. They're a shadow. The earth is theirs, but they're not the spirit on the earth. They're a shadow, a dark spirit. But after this, his death, they sinned and transgressed, through they knew that they had the law reproving them, and the light in which nothing could err. So us, nothing could err. When you get this high, you can't err. Also, the spheres which testify, and me. The spheres and me are the testifiers. Spheres. That's what those are. They're not balls, they're spheres, ephods. Turn them sideways, and they look like a UFO. Now, regarding everything that is I that judge, but do not take counsel in your soul regarding these things, nor afflict thyself because of those which have been. Yeah? When you sin, afflicting yourself is keeping it. For now it is, they tell you you need to be scared now. You're going to hell. You just sin. Yeah, right. See you there, bud. Or I won't see you there. For now, it's a consummation of time that should be considered, whether of busyness or of prosperity. The worst prayer, prosperity. These Christians are praying for it. And they're prospering. If you're a Christian and you're prospering right now, you're not prospering inside anymore. I already know it. They're going nuts. They've been given over to a reprobate mind in a grand delusion, to their delusion. It's them that are the delusion. So they've been given over to what delusion they choose. False doctrine, you'll be given over to that false doctrine that you choose. False doctrine's the worst to hold on to. If you understand it's the truth, or you've seen the truth and you turn from it, you will not make it. Especially, this is the time if you turn away from truth, you will be shocked. Literally, not if killed. False doctrine people are going to be getting killed right now. Or the shame and not beginning thereof. Because of a man be prospered in his beginnings, and shamefully entreated in his old age, he forgets all the prosperity that he had. And again, if a man is shamefully entreated in his beginnings, and at his end is prospered, he remembers not again his evil. Do you see what happens? If you become too righteous, you will lose it. You'll think there's no more you can learn, and you'll stop doing it. I know everything. His beginning and his end is prospered. He remembers not again his evil. In treatment, and again, hearken, though each one were prospered at all the time, from the day on which death was decreed against those who transgress, and in the end was destroyed in vain, would have been everything. I therefore behold the days come, and the time shall hasten more than the former, and the seasons shall speed up more than those that are past right now. And the years shall pass more quickly than present years. There, I can see that. Therefore, I have now taken Zion, that I may the more speedily visit the world in its season. Now, therefore, hold fast in your heart everything that I command you, and seal it with recesses of your mind, and that I will show you the judgment of my might in my ways which are unsearchable. Go therefore, sanctify thyself 7 days. Here we go. And eat no bread, nor drink water, nor speak to anyone. And afterwards come to the place, and I will reveal myself to you. 7 days, the 7 trumpets. This is going to happen. People should be getting their revealing soon. If you haven't had a visitation yet, you'll get it very soon. And speak true things with you. And I will give you commandments regarding the method of the times, for they are coming, and tarry not. That's a good place to stop. So if you tarry the Lord's coming, you're not going. If you say, oh, he's not coming back, he ain't said that for many years. But now he can really see the signs. They're saying that now. All right, God bless you guys. See you later on in the morning.